Jimin cried when he revealed this fact to Jungkook. The army cannot be silent. This one issue came like a storm in the middle of the night, shaking not only BTS fans, but also various media communities that have been observing the dynamics of the members' relationships. In an unexpected emotional moment, Jimin, known for his warm smile and gentle demeanor, he was caught on camera wiping away tears as he spoke to Jungkook at a location that was thought to be their personal training or recovery site in South Korea. A source from the fan community mentioned that the conversation was very personal, but too intense to ignore. What made everything even more shocking was Jungkook's expression after hearing what Jimin said. He seemed to be silent for a long time, before finally pulling Jimin into a tight embrace, and lasted quite a long time. The video, which was very short, only about 15 seconds, went viral instantly. Not because of the dramatization, but because of the emotional honesty that emanates from these two friends. In the video, Jimin can be seen wiping away his tears, while the voice that is caught faintly is only one low sentence. "I'm afraid you're not going to see this." That sentence left the army speechless. It didn't take long for speculations to surface. Most of the army suspected that Jimin had kept important facts or news that he had not revealed to Jungkook. Some speculations that emerged, among others, were about Jimin's health condition, which had decreased during military training, personal projects that had to be postponed for internal reasons, up to the possibility of pressure from the agency regarding the future of their solo careers or subunits. But what made ARMY most emotional was one of the theories that Jimin might be harboring doubts about his place in the BTS world post-enlistment. With all the major changes that have taken place, the return of Jin, RM's position as a leader is starting to look active again, and the highly anticipated comeback plans, it is possible that Jimin feels depressed. In the fan community, many cite an old interview in which Jimin said that he always felt that he had to try hard not to be left behind. Now, if the pressure is still there, it's no wonder he feels the need to speak directly to Jungkook, someone who is closest to him emotionally. Interestingly, after the moment went viral, not a few ARMY began to reveal small stories from the past of both. From how Jungkook once said that Jimin was the reason he survived his trainee days, to how in many behind-the-scenes documentaries, Jungkook was always the first to notice that Jimin wasn't doing well. So when at last Jimin chose to open his heart, crying honestly and saying that he kept something that scared him, Jungkook's response became the most touching part of the whole moment. It does not say anything, does not advise, does not ask. He hugged Jim tightly, as if to say, "Whatever you save, you are not alone." After the video went viral, the ARMY reacted with an incredible explosion of emotions. Fan bases in various countries began sending messages of love, support, and even holding small events such as flower delivery projects and letters to HYB's office. They wanted one thing: to make sure Jimin knew that he was loved, valued, and never alone. Even some other K-pop artists close to BTS also voiced support, calling Jimin a strong figure who deserves love, not pressure. HYB themselves finally opened up, but still kept the privacy limits of their artists. In a brief statement, they said, "The members of BTS have a very strong bond with each other. We are aware of the recent public attention to the interaction between Jimin and Jungkook. While we cannot comment on the content of those private conversations, we want to reassure fans that all members are doing well and continue to support each other." The statement does not answer all curiosities, but it is enough to ease public anxiety. However, behind all this, many ARMY felt that this moment was not something that needed to be covered up. Rather, it is a reminder that even though they are world stars, they are still mere mortals. They can feel doubt, can cry, can be scared, and in that fear, they look for each other. Like that night, when Jimin admitted something he had been latent, and Jungkook, with incredible composure, answered her not with words, but with a hug. A hug that needs no explanation. A hug that says, "You're enough. You are always enough." A few days after the incident, Jimin posted a photo of the twilight sky with a short caption, "Thank you for listening, even when I haven't finished talking." A sentence that made many soldiers cry, because they knew it wasn't just a greeting for Jungkook, But for all who loved him, several days have passed since the video of Jimin crying in front of Jungkook went viral around the world. But the vibrations are still felt very strongly. ARMY in different countries continue to send messages of love. Many even made digital murals depicting Jimin and Jungkook in that meaningful embrace. The online community is constantly flooded with reflections, responses, and hope that the two of them can get through whatever they're going through together. Interestingly, after that event, changes began to appear, especially from Jungkook. He's become a little more active on social media, not with long posts, but through his trademark subtle yet deeply personal manner. In one of the stories, Jungkook posted a dark background with a simple caption, "You did well today." Despite not naming names, ARMY believes it was a message to Jimin, a very gentle yet powerful message of support. Shortly after, Jimin also shared a short musical snippet of melancholy notes that had never been heard before. "One day, I'll be able to say it all without tears." The ARMY, which was aware of this pattern of tacit communication, reacted immediately. They started making a thread about how Jimin and Jungkook support each other without even having to speak directly to the public. In the harsh world of entertainment, where every smile and step could be interpreted millions of ways by the public, these two best friends seem to have created a small space where honesty, fear, and love do not need to be explained, just felt. But what really happened behind Jimin's tears that night, sources close to the industry are beginning to leak hints. One source, who works closely with BTS's production team, said that there was an important internal meeting of HYB discussing the future of individual units and each member's solo projects. In the meeting, many major decisions that will affect the direction of their post-draft careers. This source said that Jimin seemed very affected by the decision. Not explained in detail what the decision was, but it's likely to be Jimin's career direction that makes him have to choose between something he loves and something he has to let go of. Jungkook, who for years has been a quiet shadow behind Jimin's spotlight. Jungkook, who doesn't talk much but is always present. Jungkook knows when Jimin smiles at the camera but cries backstage. So when Jimin cried that night and said he was afraid Jungkook wouldn't be able to see something, it wasn't just a feeling. It was a cry of the heart that he had endured for too long. There is speculation that what Jimin meant in his sentence was a work project, a form of self-expression that he may never release. Maybe because of the pressure, maybe because he doesn't feel good enough, or maybe because he's afraid that the people closest to him won't understand. But what Jimin didn't expect, Jungkook didn't need time to understand. He knew right away. He didn't ask. Not asking for an explanation. Because he knew, a part of Jimin always wanted to be understood, even before he had time to explain anything. After the evening hugs, many said that their relationship became stronger. The staff who worked with them on the internal project mentioned that now Jimin and Jungkook are often seen together, discussing secretly, even making small notes in the same workbook. They look like people who are putting together something very important, one staffer told Korean media. And more importantly, they protect each other. The togetherness was further felt when they appeared unofficially in a closed training session HYB. Not many were allowed into the rehearsal room, but a vocal coach who was present said that they practiced the song with such deep harmony. There was a moment when Jimin was singing and his voice was a little shaky. Then Jungkook immediately filled in the part without the need for direction. It was not just vocal exercises, it was wordless communication. Heart to heart. Soon, rumors appeared that they were preparing a new song, not for a solo project, but as a unit. The rumor got even stronger when a well-known music producer who had worked with BTS wrote on his personal account, "This song in progress will touch even the quietest of hearts." 2 votes. 1 story. A hug is a song. ARMY certainly didn't take long to associate the statement with the hug moment that shook the fandom a few days earlier. Now they're waiting. Patiently. With hope. With a heart that was calmer knowing that Jimin had revealed the burden of his heart, and Jungkook has answered it in the most sincere way a best friend can. A house that is always open whenever needed.